Thanks for tuning in to the Gridcenter. I am your host, Shane Falco, along with my newly crowned Big 12 champion, Big D. We are your hosts for the Big 10 playoff recap show. I'm sure Big D is going to have a lot to say in this episode. We're just going to go ahead and jump right into it.
Let's jump right into it.
Let's go ahead and start with the first round. I'm going to go ahead and let you take it away. 1 versus 4.
1 versus 4. Who would that be?
That would be Second and None versus Nellis.
Second and None versus Nellis. Okay, how about this? Nellis won. Next. Let's go 2-3.
That's all you have to say?
Oh, no.
Okay, very well. All right, in the 2 versus 3 game, Lockdown versus the Bulldogs. Both these teams met in Week 10.
Yeah.
Really wasn't much difference in the game. Zach played QB this time. The Lockdown played defense against the Bulldogs the exact same way as Week 10.
Doesn't sound promising.
No, in Week 10 there was a lot of openings. A certain QB missed a lot of throws. Might be sitting right now on this show wearing a red shirt. But the opportunities were definitely there. And they just didn't capitalize. A lot of rust, but no excuses. Just bad game. We had no answer for Brad regardless. And it was pretty much the same thing on Sunday. The defense played the same way, and we just didn't take advantage of what was open. And we had no answers for Brad. Brad was on a different level this whole season, and I think he carried that all the way through, as we'll shortly see. Lockdown wins 20-6. Bulldog season's over. Lockdown moves on. So that'll bring us to Lockdown versus Nellis.
Lockdown versus that would be Second and None versus Nellis.
We're going to go back to that game.
Unless you're ready for it.
Are we
I don't know what happened because I weren't there. The last thing I saw was Second and None warming up, and Justin Mays, who I just found recently, is AKA Bin Laden, AKA.
I thought it was Ben Lightskin.
Ben Lightskin, I'm
Ben
sorry.
Lightskin.
Ben Lightskin, AKA Lionel Richie. This guy's got 1,000,001 nicknames. He has big stats. But I sat there and told guys that you have to play championship football. And certain things you do during the course of the season doesn't reflect on what's going to happen during the playoffs. It doesn't. But I'm being too hard on Justin. It's not Justin's fault.
It's not.
Can't blame it on Justin.
Can't blame it on Justin.
You can't blame it on Justin. I'm going to point the finger at one individual. And it's Joe. It's Joe's fault. Not Joe from Empire. Joe from, what's his last name? Light skin. Yeah. Joe Green, yeah. It's Joe's Green fault. I'm stating this for the record, it's all his fault. Joe has a curse. He's bad luck for all football players in general. Now don't get me wrong. Joe's a good guy. I have his phone number. And if you're in my phone, you're a good friend. But he's jinxed. He's jinxed. Now if you want to play kickball with Joe, he's a stud. He's a monster. You want to do that dodgeball on a trampoline type thing, he's an animal with that. But anything that he has to do with flag football, he's a jinx. Anybody that has anything to do with the Tar Heels lost this weekend.
Very true.
Lost. And it's not because of lack of talent. Hell, it was somebody who was winning the MVP race in a certain division. And that got tanked. It wasn't Facebook. It was fucking Joe. It's all Joe Green's fault.
It's a very interesting observation.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, Steve Johnson Jr., I might add. Sorry for putting your government name out on the website. Part of the Tar Heels. Justin Mays, part of the Tar Heels. Don't get me on the light skin stuff. That's 3 light skin dudes right there. We won't even talk about it. you know. But Justin came up to me and gave me a hug and said, all right, good job for body count. Good. We get to see you next week.
I remember that.
And they lost to Nellis 7-6?
7-6.
7-6. All this high octane offense. Putting pump fake videos on YouTube and then putting it on the webpage. And he wants to bring those talents to the SEC. Unfucking believable. But Justin, once again, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It is Joe Green's fault. Guys, if you want to be all you can be in flag football, stay away from Joe Green. It's his fault. And Joe, I got nothing but love for you, being a native New Yorker such as I. But stay away from Joe Green. Enough of that bullshit. Let's get down to the championship game.
Okay. In the championship game, we had Lockdown versus Nellis. Nellis, the surprise playoff entrant.
Not surprised.
Well, we already covered that before.
I don't want to get started on that shit either.
But and then the big upset over second to none. You know, T-Money really playing well.
Yeah.
And then they just ran into the Lockdown buzzsaw. There was just nothing they could do. Lockdown was just playing on another level. Yeah. Again, and it's nothing. It's nothing that they elevated their game for the playoffs. They just didn't. Their game didn't drop off in the playoffs. No. They've been playing at that level all season.
All season, yeah.
And they stayed with it. I give Brad a lot of shit about his outbursts, and really all season he never really had an issue with.
I read.
Yelling and screaming at people, and they played together, and they were just relaxed the whole day. No issues, no problems. They really looked like when they came in, they expected to win, and they did.
Take care of business.
That's what they did. So congratulations, Lockdown, 2011, Big Ten, LV Gridiron Spring Champions. So with nothing further, I assume we have anything else you want to speak of with regards to second to none? You good?
No. You guys did have a good season.
Great season.
You guys put up good stats. Put us back to the drawing board. And I guess now that you guys didn't win anything, you guys are staying in the league and put up more stats.
Well, we'll see. See how that works out.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, to all the teams that made the playoffs, congratulations. Again, congratulations to Lockdown for winning it all. And to all the other teams, we'd love to see everyone come back and retooled in the fall. For those who don't play in the Grid Cup this summer. So,
I'm sorry. I forgot John Legend.
Oh, that's right, John Legend.
Yeah.
John Legend and Lionel Richie.
Yes.
We learned those on Sunday.
Yes, we did.
Thank you, TMT. Mm-hmm. So, that'll wrap it up for us here in the Big Ten. For Big D, I am your host, Shane Falco. We'll look forward to seeing everyone in the fall or in the summer.